Common Man's Party's Munyagwa picks presidential nomination forms. And Nathan Nandala Mafabi unveiled as FDC presidential flag bearer for 2026.
Brought to you by Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
Hello, once again, Elizabeth Nakakoni will join us in a bit on sign language. Let us dig into it. President Yoweri Museveni has returned from a 3-day working visit to Egypt, where he met President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi to discuss the Nile trade and regional stability. The leaders agreed on fair water sharing among Nile Basin countries, stronger trade ties, and reduced dependence on European markets. President Museveni also invited Egyptian investors to Uganda and to explore opportunities during the Egypt-Uganda Business Forum. The trip concluded with the signing of agreements on trade, investment, agriculture, water management and governance, alongside discussions on regional conflicts in Libya, Sudan and Palestine. And the National Unity Platform has petitioned the Constitutional Court challenging the recently passed Uganda People's Defence Forces Amendment Act 2025. The party argues the act contradicts a Supreme Court ruling and that Parliament bypassed proper legislative procedures. They are now seeking a court declaration to nullify the act.
The petition filed in the Constitutional Court has been filed against the Attorney General of Uganda, Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, and Defence Minister Jacob Oboth. The petition was filed by National Unity Platform through its legal team from Nyanzi Chiboneka and Imbaba's advocates, including Nalukola advocates. In the petition, they contend that Parliament, in passing the law, reintroduced provisions to which the Supreme Court had declared unconstitutional, as per the Supreme Court decision. In the Attorney General versus Honorable Michael Kabaziguluka case,
the Supreme Court did rule saying civilians have got no place under military courts. Now, for Parliament to pass a law to try and do away with a decision of court, that goes against the Constitution, Article 92. So that's number one. Number two, in passing any law, it's got to be consultative. Our laws provide for how that gets to happen, our rules of procedure and so on and so forth. This law was not consultative.
The petition was supported by NOPO's Secretary General, David Luce Lubongea's affidavit, who alleged that the act was passed without involving views from the relevant stakeholders.
Like I said, we have raised both substantive issues and procedural issues. You know that the procedural issues we are raising, all of they were there for everybody to see that they violated all the processes that they should follow while passing laws. The Parliament did not follow the procedure. We are praying that that law is quashed immediately, and we want the Constitutional Court to issue a permanent injunction against the trial of civilians in military courts.
According to the petitioners, the act was designed to entrench political persecution and normalize the trial of civilians before the military courts, which is contrary to the Supreme Court decision.
Our hope is that the courts will give us justice on this matter. We are coming back to the courts simply because it is the Supreme Court, that said civilians should be kept away from military courts. So we are hoping that the courts of law in this country will stand up for their own and fight for their space. Because what happened is a violation of a decision of court. So
they also challenged the reenactment, now Section 117A, and giving the General Court Martial unlimited jurisdictions, which is contrary to the Supreme Court decision that banned military courts from trying civilians. With this, they want the Constitutional Court to nullify the act on grounds that the provisions in this act are unconstitutional, and they also seek a permanent injunction against legislation enabling military courts to try civilians. Deborah Namamode, Viola Nansubuga, UBC News.
Meanwhile, FDC's Nathan Nandala Mafabi, as outgoing Secretary General, has been officially unveiled as the party's presidential flag bearer for the 2026 general elections. Announcements were made during the party's 19th National Council meeting at headquarters in Najanankumbi. Party Chairman Jack Sabiti presented Mafabi with guiding instructions as he begins his campaign, setting the stage for a contest against NRM's Yoweri Museveni, NUP's Robert Chagulanyi and other contenders. In his maiden speech, Mafabi unveiled his 5-year manifesto pledging to tackle Uganda's debt burden and create strategic investments to generate jobs, particularly for the country's 42.6% unemployed youth.
And I want to ask you to forget everything. My size, my height, my English. Forget about those. Those are not good. Judge me as your own.
Former Forum for Democratic Change Secretary General Nathan Nandala Mafabi has officially been unveiled to the National Council as the party's presidential flag bearer for 2026. Party Chairman Jack Sabiti presented Mafabi with guiding instructions as he embarks on his quest for the presidency.
Make sure that Uganda receives a change, and he will be the person in the chair of this country as the president of Uganda. That is the key that is finally going to open the State House in Entebbe. Thank you.
This sets the stage for a contest against NRM's preferred candidates Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, NUP's Robert Chagulanyi and other contenders in a race that will determine Uganda's next leader. In his maiden speech, Mafabi unveiled his 5-year manifesto highlighting Uganda's choking debt burden, which he blamed on poor management of public resources.
All of you will agree there's a report of World Bank, which has been, I think, confirmed by our GG, that of our budget, 10 trillion is wasted in corruption. 10 trillion. When I was telling somebody that I am going, if made a president of this country, I'll put 100 million in every village. Somebody said, where will you get the money? I want to run mathematics with me. We have 70,000 villages, times 100 million, you get 7 trillion. If I plug corruption of 10 trillion, I'll put 70 trillion in the village, balance of 3 trillion will be available for another vote.
He pledged to create strategic investments aimed at boosting revenue collection to service the debt and generate employment opportunities, targeting Uganda's 42.6 unemployed youth.
The FDC, under my leadership, promises to provide jobs by investing in productive sectors, by filling vacancies in government offices, and we promise to put money in your pockets by reviving cooperative unions, which will also create jobs. We shall need good infrastructure. We shall have a skilled and healthy human resource, solid security, and affordable electricity, among others.
And if a country can come up with an economist who has already done the mathematics of how money is going to be received in their pockets, that will be an opportunity, especially for us people in West Nile.
She has given a very impressive manifesto on our behalf. And some of us who are going for elective positions, I think we just have to repeat what he has said, and we just have to study it more.
Told us instead of the money we get from PD and per parish, which is 100 million, is per parish, is going to give 100 million per village.
Whether Mafabi will realize his vision to address what he calls Uganda's barriers to economic growth and good governance will be decided by the voters in February 2026. Reporting for BCTV, Helen Barbara and Mike Bakablinde.
Now, the president of the Common Man's Party, Haji Mubarak Munyagwa, has appealed to the public to support his team as they seek endorsement signatures for his presidential bid. Munyagwa, vying for the 2026 presidency, emphasized that his candidacy stems out of concern for the plight of ordinary Ugandans and not political pressure. He made the remarks during a press briefing at Jacaranda Center in Ruwaga.
According to Munyagwa, the registration process is unnecessarily time-consuming, especially since CMP is already an existing party. He dismissed allegations that CMP is not registered, referring to its origins in the Uganda Economic Party. He emphasized that Uganda Economic Party was duly registered and confirmed to be number 9 on the Electoral Commission register, refuting claims against the party's legitimacy.
This rigorous exercise again is so unfair. But it's a requirement of law, and we promise to do it in 1 week because this country is full of common men.
Munyagwa, formerly the Kawempe South MP, officially picked nomination forms to run for the presidency in the upcoming 2026 elections under Common Man's Party. With the party symbol being a local tray, also known as Lusania, and its vision focused on a feel for a common man, Munyagwa urged Ugandans not to disregard his candidacy. He believes he is capable of addressing everyone's needs if elected president, something he says has long been neglected.
Health care. Health for those without wealth. Genda kusaba na Uganda tukole cost sharing. Buli muna Uganda sasule emitwalo ebiri ajanjabibwa omwaka gwonna. Twagala president yennyini nga tatumira minister ba labor, minister waki. President yennyini agenda negotiating n'amawanga ago. Tulina abaana abasomye bangi bagende bweru. President atwale curriculum zaffe aziraga amawanga ago. Abaana bajjanga bayivu mbawe white collar jobs.
Common Man's Party, currently renamed from Uganda Economic Party, was officially founded by James Watentena on 15th December 2004. The party aims to tackle issues affecting ordinary citizens that Munyagwa claims are not being adequately addressed by the current government.
PFF number 27, number 9. Misconception. So the point is, the Uganda Economic Party has the one which changed its dress to put on the Common Man's Party. But if you change a dress, you change the identity, we understand why we should.
CMP! The party Secretary General, Moses Bigira, who is also contesting for the Kamuli parliamentary seat, criticized the Electoral Commission for bias. He noted that while they arrived early to pick nomination forms, priority was instead given to the NRM chairman, who was represented by Richard Todwong, the SG, who came later. Charity Marion Imnat and Sananet for UBC.
Meanwhile, 53 individuals from Kalangala have received relief in form of iron sheets and cash from the office of the Prime Minister. They are among families whose homes were damaged by a cyclone that swept through over 200 households earlier in March. Families who lost a loved one received 5 million shillings each, while 33 families with injured relatives were given 1 million shillings each.
The Sese Island has faced several cyclone incidents that have left devastating impacts on the local community. In March 2025, a cyclone struck 4 villages, damaging 250 households and causing loss of life and property. 4 people died, while 33 others were injured. The Office of the Prime Minister responded by providing relief food to support the affected households.
Twafuna akawunga ne tufuna ebijanjalo bannaffe ate ne bafuna obujjanjabi abafiirwa.
At Kalangala police station, officers' housing units were swept away by the cyclone, leading to the loss of police officers' lives. Now, this is how the police uniforms look like. However, when the cyclone hit this island, most of the uniforms were swept away, and this is what was left.
And over 30 of our housing units that we call unipots were destroyed totally. But we want to thank the Inspector General of Police who has found a budget to ensure that they put for us housing units. And like you have seen, they have put for us for the start 10 housing units, but they are double units.
The Office of the Prime Minister has delivered over 7,000 iron sheets to the affected residents of Kalangala and provided 53 million shillings in cash to families of the deceased and the injured.
There are 4 people who died, and each family of the deceased will receive 5 million shillings. That is 20 million shillings. The injured people were 33. Each family will receive 1 million shillings. That is 33 million.
Government ends of Tavizavian. No Kuante a Kudu Eraka Kolechi, Akatanokaidra Muchi, Muriso, Katuo, Funyako, Eranaganti, Erakali.
We are more excited that His Excellency the President, through the Ministry of Disaster Preparedness in the Prime Minister's office, have now delivered the President's pledge.
Residents have appealed to the government to extend support in the form of training for local governments in disaster management.
So we have the disaster committee in every district and with a chairperson at every district. So this chairperson is already trained. We trained them, and he also trains others who are at the sub-county level.
Aba OPM, waliyo ebintu bye tusobola okukola. Tetulina ba staff abamala. Kati tukolagana n'ebitongole nga Red Cross. We want to express our commiseration, and even we want to appreciate you for supporting government, but also we want to commit as a government of the people that we shall continue to support you.
The relief effort has not only supported affected residents in Kalangala, but also extended to other islands that were previously hit by natural disasters. Tony Kent Chaze, Ivan Kahwa, Kalangala.
So government and development partners have broken ground for a €9.8 million Elegu market project aimed at transforming cross-border trade in Amuru district, northern Uganda. The launch was officiated by the First Deputy Prime Minister, Rebecca Kadaga.
The First Deputy Prime Minister Rebecca Kadaga launched the construction of the 9.8 million euros Elegu climate resilient and gender responsive market, a modern facility designed to withstand flash floods from River Nyama, which has plagued the border town for years.
But I want to say thank you to Trademark Africa and our development partners for this support. Today, with this new cross-border market, we are launching a new era of resilience, opportunity and prosperity.
The new market will boost cross-border trade, increase the participation of women and persons with disabilities by 30%, improving daily incomes and offering essential services, including a fire protection system.
When I first came to Elegu and they told me that's the market, I did not want to look at it. It was so dirty, so flooded. I was very depressed and I felt terrible for the people who work there every day. So I'm really excited that this facility is coming.
These vendors have suffered from floods and poor sanitation, which recently fueled a cholera outbreak.
When we receive cases here, there always no response from Ministry of Health.
With no health center in Elegu, the nearest facility is 11 kilometers away, and leaders also called for urgent investment in health care, roads, schools, and waste management.
You'll find a filthy place because we do not have got any garbage collection equipment in Elegu.
Funded by the government of Uganda, European Union and Denmark, the market will serve as a regional hub and is part of a strategy to make the Northern Corridor a 24-hour climate-smart trade gateway.
And when it does, because I feel very confident with the backing that we have, that it will become a success, then of course we'll be interested to see if this can be replicated in other border areas. We also know that Uganda has lots of trade with Congo, with Rwanda, with Kenya and other countries.
Across Africa we have 12 of these corridors, but this is one of those very important linkages. Apart from connecting countries in those different fields, transport, digital, trade and electricity, it also connects Europe with Africa. Because of course the trade doesn't stop in Kampala. The trade also goes directly to Europe.
Construction comes after years of planning, research and community consultation.
We have looked at data for 30 years. What is the weather going to be like? How will it rain? How will the sun shine for the next 30 years? And we've used that information to design the construction of Elegu.
So we are very, very happy.
For traders like Palma Sara, who have battled floods and fire, hope is finally on the horizon.
Tulikuwa naomba waharakishe ile sokoni, wafadhali tunahama huko fasi hakuna maji.
The one thing that the ministry is looking forward to is to have that one border stop point operating 24 hours.
The project is expected not only to safeguard livelihoods but also to put a Elegu family on the map as a vibrant cross-border business hub. Edi Ulwa, UBC News.
And the Uganda Communications Commission, in partnership with Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, NEMA, and KACITA, has launched the ICT e-Waste Collection Project. Initiative seeks to safely and systematically manage the growing electronic waste across Uganda.
The project seeks to promote structured, safe and environmentally sound collection and management of damaged ICT equipment, including radios, television sets, computers and other hardware.
In regard to the NDP4, of course that has been spoken to, the NDP4 prioritizes digitization. But of course when we talk about digitization, the value chain includes e-waste, e-waste disposal and e-waste management. So that is what we are prioritizing starting this financial year when we have started implementing our 4th National Development Plan.
It was revealed that Uganda generates 41 million kilograms of e-waste, where devices contain harmful components that pose serious health risks if not properly handled. Officials also pointed out that government institutions hold the highest volumes of outdated ICT equipment, yet many fail to dispose it off appropriately.
The UCC 2020 study on end-of-life management of ICT devices found that 85% of ICT devices become e-waste within 4 years. The rest reach end of life within 6 years, depending on their repairability and durability. These figures paint a clear but gloomy picture. Uganda is generating more e-waste than it is collecting.
Innovative approaches such as public drop-off bins and community drives will be rolled out, alongside public awareness campaigns on e-waste hazards, safe disposal and data sanitization.
Science has proven that mercury has a potential to cause cancer, but some of our e-waste, ICT e-waste, come with mercury in them. So you can see the danger if we don't really manage e-waste well.
The project will be piloted in Kampala, Wakiso and Mukono districts. Key partners like Kampala Capital City Authority, NEMA, Luwero Industries have welcomed the move.
And we have been battling with waste in general, and the key among them is e-waste, which is a key challenge because of its impact. One, it can be a resource, but also it's classified among the hazardous.
The National Environment Act, CAP 101, Chapter 101, mandates NEMA to coordinate, monitor, and supervise all activities relating to the environment, and requires that waste of all categories, including electronic waste, is handled in a manner that safeguards human health and the environment.
Mary Namkose, Robert Katamba, UBC News.
Tecno and MTN. Together, our flash snap is unstoppable. Grab the Tecno Camon 40 series and get free 9 GB of MTN data, valid for 3 months. Don't wait. Get your Tecno Camon 40 today at Tecno stores and MTN outlets. MTN is regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
From the day your child is born, you want to protect them. You want to protect them from the harm you know and the things your eyes can see. Protect them from falls when they are playing and as they are learning the world. But what protects them from the things your eyes can't see? Diseases attacking their bodies. Immunization from as early as birth, 6 weeks, 10, 14 weeks to 9 and 18 months. And malaria starting at 6, 7, 8 to 18 months. Protects children from diseases, giving them the foundation they need to grow stronger and healthier.
Parents and caregivers, remember to immunize your children 9 times from birth to 18 months to protect them against vaccine-preventable diseases such as measles, rubella, polio, pneumonia, hepatitis B, tuberculosis, tetanus, meningitis, yellow fever, diarrhea, whooping cough, diphtheria, and malaria. All vaccines used for immunization are safe, effective, and free. This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from UNICEF, WHO, and partners.
At UNOC, we believe in safety.
Musumba Ezekiel okuva Kenya, musajja wa Katonda, Mukama amukozesa mujje mu crusade egenda okubeera ekirombe manye obulamu bwammwe tebugenda kusigala kyekimu.
Uganda, are you ready for the biggest revival explosion? New Life Center and the Church presents a revival healing crusade by pastor and an international evangelist, Ezekiel from Kenya.
Shine, shine, shine. You shine and you shine. And just in the name of Jesus.
It will be held from 13th to 17th August 2025 at Zambia Chirombe Grounds, Kampala. Time 8 a.m. Come and take your miracle.
Mwenna abantu b'ekirombe mwenna abali awo mujje mu lukuŋŋaana. The Lord will seriously bless you.
All you are welcome.
Welcome back. You are still watching News Tonight. The High Court in Mubende has remanded businessman Mugabe David, accused of terrorizing residents in Chankwanzi and Mubende over a long-running land dispute. Mugabe allegedly demolished a 72-year-old resident's home, seized farmland and took away cattle.
The High Court in Mubende has remanded suspected land grabber Mugabe David following his arrest in Kampala and transfer to Mubende to face charges of malicious property damage before Justice Emmanuel Aliuni Drajole. Although he pleaded not guilty, Mugabe told court that the case was a ploy to take his land, asking for leniency.
That is the application the lawyer has made.
However, the state prosecutor opposed his release, arguing he had previously evaded investigations into multiple charges and could interfere with ongoing inquiries. Despite pleas from his lawyers and supporters, Justice Drajole ordered Mugabe remanded until next month for further hearing. Residents who accuse him of years of harassment expressed relief, thanking President Yoweri Museveni and State Minister for Lands, Dr. Sam Mayanja, for intervening.
Bwe yajja kutaka n'alaba buli kimu kyonna ekyaliwo n'abuuza safari oda yagijjawo emenya amayumba ga muzeeyi ng'amaze emyaka 23 kutaka naye nga safari atankana ng'aleeta oda ebitaliiyo naye nsiima Mayanja okubeera nga bwe yajja n'alaba ekiri mu butuufu n'akiteekako nakati abataka essaawa zino tutandise okusuula bulungi kubanga ono yagenzeeyo naye bwe bamuteera tetumanye gye tugenda kugenda kubanga naye tumanyi nti President Museveni judiciary yagiteekawo ate nga yeetengeredde.
They warned that releasing him would threaten their land ownership. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Small and medium enterprises contribute over 70% of Uganda's GDP and provide nearly 90% of employment in sectors including agriculture, trade and manufacturing. State Minister for Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, David Bahati, announced this during a media briefing ahead of World Accreditation Day 2025, set for the 14th of August at Imperial Royal Hotel in Kampala.
The World Accreditation Day is a global initiative established by the International Laboratory Accreditation Corporation and International Accreditation Forum to raise awareness on the importance of accreditation amongst all the relevant stakeholders. The day is celebrated in over 100 countries worldwide, represented by more than 100 accreditation bodies, with the purpose of promoting accreditation. And we have quite a number of markets that we have secured for our country, but accreditation has also been one of the limiting factors to access these markets. We have preferred markets in Europe, in China, we have now in Serbia and other countries, even with the US. But accessing these markets continue to provide a challenge, because, especially for small and medium enterprises, because of standards, and accreditation is one way to address the issues of standards and in the end access markets. There are a number of benefits of accreditation that we want to highlight to the population and especially to the business community. When we accredit some of these laboratories, they will be able to facilitate our trade and especially export, and we'll be able to reduce the products that are being rejected in the world market from 700 to 100 by 2030, which will be a reduction of around 600 million US dollars.
Capital City Authority KACITA has completed 5 of the 27 planned signalized junctions, all to be managed by City Traffic Control Center. Executive Director Sharifa Pusechi says the center will reduce congestion and decrease pressure on traffic officers.
City dwellers have decried of jam that paralyzes all flow, including pedestrians. The establishment of the signalized junctions at major junctions like Kubiri intend to promote smooth traffic flow.
We have the roundabout of Mulago, Kubiri, Mulago Mochare, Grand Imperial, Renzori House. Those have been removed and signalized. These have improved the traffic flow and enhanced the beauty of the city.
Engineer Jacob Byamukama speaks to the progress of the Traffic Control Center that is expected to manage the city's traffic in real time.
And now we are in a phase where we are connecting them. So connecting the junctions, each independent junction to the Traffic Control Center, that is ongoing, and also installing the equipment in the Traffic Control Center is ongoing. And that's why each junction is working alone just now.
With over 500 junctions in the city, Engineer Jacob cited the criteria for the deployment of various traffic lights.
In certain places, we have main corridors where vehicles enter the city, like Kampala Road. So the main corridors are where we have most of the vehicles: Jinja Road, Kampala Road, Bombo Road, Gaza Road, Kira Road. And that's where we place more signals, close to one another, because there are so many conflicts that have to be sorted out. And why do we do this? It's because when you're trying to look after traffic flow, you operate in terms of collecting vehicles in a group, and then you move this group of vehicles from one junction to the next one. And once there's a lot of interference from other vehicles, you have to stop those ones and make sure this group is making progress, it is going through the junction.
While the Traffic Control Center is expected to manage the city's traffic, Byamukama called upon the public to comply with its rules for actual safety, especially for borders.
The Traffic Control Center on its own will perform its duty of controlling traffic. The people who are motorists, who are using these roads, and even the pedestrians, you need to follow the traffic rules. Follow the traffic rules. Do not jump a red light, because when you jump a red light, then you stop someone who has been given green, and in the end you take much longer in the junction for everyone. Pedestrians, please cross at the pedestrian crossing once the man is green. That will help. Once we can follow some kind of rules and methodical in how we are using the junctions in the city, then it will be good for everyone and much safer for everyone.
These efforts intend broadly to reducing the time spent in jam in the city from 5 to 2 minutes per kilometer. Cayenne Faith, Pauline Aiso, for ABC.
An embattled KACITA chairman, Dr. Thaddeus Musoke Nagenda, has unveiled a new leadership committee following his resignation on 5th August after joining politics. His move comes after traders withdrew confidence in him, creating parallel administrations within the association.
Embatodi KACITA chairman Dr. Thaddeus Musoke Agenda, recently forced to step down after venturing into politics, has announced a new leadership team at a media briefing in Kampala. Musoke dropped all former board members except the association's patron, Godfrey Chiromira, and cautioned his camp against siding with the interim chairman Sechito Issa.
That my comrades have accepted to serve the business community.
Since the fallout between Musoke and Sechito, both factions have claimed illegitimacy, creating two parallel administrations and stalling the Traders Association's operations. Recently, Sechito announced a committee to run the association's affairs.
Oluvannyuma lwa frustration z'akalulu kaabwe akamyufu ebyayagala okuzzaako ne tubagamba muveewo ajja akole kyayagala.
On Wednesday, Musoke countered by unveiling his own 20-member leadership team, retaining only Chirumira Godfrey from his former executive.
I want to thank our founder, Mr. Livingstone Zua, for spearheading, engaging the other party or the other suspended executive to make sure we keep KACITA as a strong foundation, as a strong institution.
He warned the members not to collaborate with the Sechito's leadership. Musoke also appealed to leaders who had broken ranks with the Sechito to work together for the association's progress.
I pray that my team can be committed to serve the business community. We are having very many challenges, but what has also interested me is to vote, to take as a priority to engage government.
KACITA's newly appointed lawyer David Chintu Segirinya pledged alongside the committee to restore the association's influence.
On Saturday, the Constitution mandated the chairperson within those working days, the 14 working days, since the office was closed, to form and call for a general meeting, a special general meeting, which was called, and the members of KACITA Uganda, requested the chairperson to elect an interim.
KACITA founder Livingstone Zua, present at the briefing, urged the unity between the rival camps. Musoke's faction also vowed to shun demonstrations planned by Sechito's group on the 17th of this month.
We as KACITA, the official KACITA, not the masqueraders, we are not part of the ongoing arrangement for the demonstration.
By press time, KACITA offices had reopened after several days of closure. Amwai Vanjuko for UBC.
And Fawa Uganda, in partnership with the MasterCard Foundation, has awarded bursaries to 700 youth under the Higher Education Access Program. The initiative targets underprivileged students, including 80% females across 20 districts, aiming to enhance access to universities and technical institutions.
At least 700 students have concluded the extended orientation program for the FAWE MasterCard Foundation Higher Education Access Program participants for the academic year 2025-2026. The orientation program held in Fort Portal, Mbale and Lira districts were designed to support the beneficiaries of the scholarship program settle into life at institutions of higher learning, develop leadership skills, and prepare them for a smooth transition into the workforce after graduation.
The about 700 learners to go into about 18 institutions, both technical as well as universities. 500 should be going into the Higher Education Access Certificate, which is a certificate initiated by universities to support young people that did not get the required marks to go through direct entry into university. And this is majorly because of their circumstances, not because the children are dull or dumb or something.
Addressing the new beneficiaries, Dr. Martha Mwezi, the Executive Director of FAWE Africa, encouraged the disadvantaged youth selected from a competitive pool of 8,000 applicants to remain focused on their academic journey and avoid potential distractions.
Remember, you are not just a bursary beneficiary. You are a torchbearer. Hold your head high. Work harder than you've ever worked before. And let your success light the way for others.
Held concurrently in 3 districts, various speakers emphasized the importance of supporting the vulnerable young people, especially girls, to attain higher education. Building on the success of HEEP Phase 1, Phase 2 was launched in April 2024 with the goal of supporting over 1,200 young people from 50 districts across Uganda.
I hope to pursue a bachelor's in medicine and surgery. So this is a very good opportunity for me.
I am pursuing HEC, that is Higher Education Access Certificate, in physics and mathematics, and then after I may join civil engineering.
Last year, FAWA welcomed 500 new participants. This year's intake of 700 reflects the organization's continued commitment to supporting national development through education and empowering young people.
I wish you success, fulfillment, and courage for the road ahead.
Work hard. Have focus. Know what you are going to do.
It is good having been to this college, and this college is going to be part of my training center for electrical, for civil and mechanical engineering.
Dennis Igor for UBC.
Big thing about the MTN Super. Wali yakapia musite wali yakapia. MTN kabo the Super mustairompia. Then you kabo the smartphone nebi yakabibiona. MTN kabo the Super mustairompia. Then you kabo the smartphone nebi yakabibiona.
Get the new Kabode Super smartphone and enjoy 16 GB free. Start with a deposit of only 45,000 Uganda shillings and pay the rest mpora in daily installments of less than 1K. You can also make weekly and monthly installments. Together, our vibes are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply.
MTN.
MTN is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
You got us on your wallet. Bobby, again, what's the drama?
Drama? Colleagues, elections for special interest groups are calling. SIGs, elections, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time to vote for our leaders, June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time, go vote your leaders. No! Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Welcome back. You are still watching News Tonight Business. The Innovation Village and Standard Chartered Bank have unveiled 10 women-led tech enterprises for the inaugural Women in Tech program. The initiative is part of Standard Chartered's Global Future Makers strategy to advance economic inclusion for women through technology and innovation.
The opportunity is exciting beyond. It feels like we've been energized. You know, as an entrepreneur, you're usually alone. Maybe family and friends are helping you out. But then once you get backing, it's a different ball game. So we feel energized and we are ready to go back home and actually do the work and be ready to expand.
The Women in Tech program reflects a broader commitment by Standard Chartered and its partners to address gender disparities in business leadership and innovation. Top-performing businesses will each receive catalytic grants from a pool of $50,000, providing essential early-stage capital to unlock new growth opportunities and scale impact.
It's a journey through which the entrepreneurs, the women in tech, go through transformation. When you talk about transformation, what are the big things that come to mind? Number one is skill sets, you know, from real business decision making, you know, understanding how to focus on your purpose, to making sure that, you know, the risks, the opportunities are well understood, the dynamics around marketing, about market access, you know, understanding more, you know, how do you manage your cash flow?
Everything you're working on is valid. The journey we are going to go through is unpacking, repacking, taking that to market. And the team that's been convened around you in these different mechanisms brought together is to help you really bring that to life.
The program goes beyond immediate training or funding to building a strong, interconnected ecosystem where women can thrive, innovate, and lead. First launched in April 2025, the Women in Tech program is part of Standard Chartered's Global Future Makers initiative.
Use that to your advantage. Build relationships, build networks. You never know when somebody is going to give you that next idea or edge or contact that's going to help you take your business to the next level.
It's important you tell that story to your colleagues, to your friends, so that together we build that next cohort of winners. And finally, just to encourage you to join the Women in Tech community of practice. This community of practice is not about software and things like that. It's about you're going to deal with a lot on the journey of building.
WIT program addresses systemic challenges such as limited access to finance, mentorship, technical support and markets that disproportionately affect female entrepreneurs, particularly in underserved communities. Dennis Igoa and Juma Samba for UBC.
Equity Bank has flagged off 128 successful candidates from 4 East African countries to international universities for further studies. The candidates were selected through Equity's leadership and mentorship program.
For the moment of truth.
Equity Bank Leadership Program intends to incentivize young professionals into innovative and life-changing career development. At least 128 candidates have been awarded the opportunity of studying abroad in internationally recognized universities in the 2024-2025 cohort.
These communities foster engagement with Equity Bank and provide platforms for leadership development, professional growth, and empowerment.
These have been carefully selected and incubated through established mentorship programs with the niche of exposing them to the demands of the global employment ecosystem.
We support them to join Equity Leaders Clubs. These are chapters formed in the universities in Uganda, and it's a community of EOP scholars to ensure that they're getting the best mentorship, to ensure that they're giving back to the communities as a team, and also to ensure that we are able to reach them easily.
Beneficiaries are set to attain education in universities like Harvard, New York University in Abu Dhabi, among others.
And being given these opportunities to go abroad, share experiences, share classrooms with students from across the world, share different unique perspectives, have world-class equipment and laboratories.
I want to come back and impact my community in a way that I want to contribute to the general economic perspective, but mostly the environmental setup. I want to explore more into systems, system renewal, system sustainability, and I want to research more into that field and come back and impact my country, Uganda.
In Uganda, 4 candidates secured the opportunity and will be joining fellows who got the same opportunity in prior cohorts. These formed platforms of association and networking in those countries of study. Komagum Rogers and Abdul Nasir Luwama for UBC.
Our dear parents, please now join in.
And that does it for news tonight. Thank you for sticking with us. Elizabeth Nakakoni on Sign Language. I am Rhoda Ngonzi.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Techno and MTN. Together, our flash snap is unstoppable. Grab the Techno Camon 40 series and get free 9 GB of MTN data, valid for 3 months. Don't wait. Get your Techno Camon 40 today at Techno stores and MTN outlets. MTN is regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Drama? Colleagues, elections for special interest groups are calling. SIGs, elections, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time to vote for our leaders. June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals. Youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time, go vote your leaders. No! Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
My name is Flight Captain George Michael Mkula, the National Vice Chairman of the National Resistance Movement, and also a sportsman and a businessman. I used to play number 9 and a very good striker for that matter. I would like to thank His Excellency the President, the First Lady Mama Janet Museveni, and the Minister of Sports, and also the entire team of FUFA, led by Engineer Magogo, and his entire team for the support extended to Uganda